Now, let me explain exactly why this gap exists, because the reason tells you everything about what is coming next. About 80% of the oil and 90% of the liquefied natural gas moving through the Strait of Hormuz is destined for Asian markets. So, Japan, South Korea, China, Taiwan, India, these are amongst the largest energy importing economies in the world, and they depend on that corridor for the majority of their energy supply. Right now, that corridor is severely disrupted. So the physical oil flowing through the strait are not operating normally. The buyers who need those barrels cannot get enough supply through the usual channels, so they are competing aggressively for whatever physical supply is available through alternative routes. That competition drives the physical price up. Now, the futures market, the paper price is still pricing in a scenario where this situation resolves relatively quickly. So, the traders and institutions setting the paper price are betting that the disruption is temporary and the normal flows resume before the full economic impact arrives. Now, the physical market, where actual buyers are paying actual money for actual barrels, and I have to say that so you can understand the difference. Well, they need oil right now, and it is pricing in something much more prolonged and much more severe. So you have two markets looking at the same underlying commodity and arriving at two completely different conclusions about how serious this is. You got one market saying it's 115, and then you got the other market saying it's $150 and rising. So here's the question that should be sitting in your mind right now: which one is right? And the answer to that question is important because history has a very clear and very consistent answer, and it is not the paper market. Now, let me show you something that is going to permanently change how you read financial headlines. Most people assume futures markets are forward looking, that professional traders setting paper prices have better information and are pricing in what is coming before it arrives. That assumption feels very logical, but it is also consistently wrong when physical commodity supply is genuinely disrupted.